this son of thunder, over the time with Jesus, became tempered. He became sensitive and he became more grace-filled. So somewhere along the line, he'd managed to grab hold of this tendency to be a son of thunder, this tendency to go off. And somewhere he had learnt to redirect and to take better control of himself. Gradual process of sanctification.
You can change your personality. Jesus, God knows our personalities, and through close approximation through Scripture, you can alter your own as well. So that's why he's picked up on a lot in especially Catholic countries.
Yeah, Peter was a good example for us as well, as being somebody who sort of vacillates between this point and this point. James is another good example for us. So again, it just brings out the humanity of these guys. These are real people who had real emotions, real tempers, real characters, and they all, once they have come into the touch of Christ, their characters and their temperaments are moulded into such a way that they can harness everything and they can temper everything with the grace that Christ gives them. And so he's another great example of when you put a lump of clay into Jesus' hands, he can mould it into something really special. When I think of life and I think of people that I've seen and I think of my own life, I think to myself, well, these are real people that when I look at, they give me a little bit of hope. And go, flipping heck, if Jesus can do that with that lump, maybe he can do something with me. That's what you hope, isn't it?
And at this point, young.
Oh, gosh, young.
We've got to remember
They're
that.
all young. I reckon that every one of those disciples is a teenager, apart from Peter. We know that the temple tax was required from those who are 20 and older. And Jesus tells Peter to go and pay the temple tax for himself and for Peter. It's not a bad thing when you look at James's life. Different man to Peter, within the same group, part of the inner circle. Jesus is group one, if you like, the first major group that are always everywhere, all of the major points of his ministry and in his life and his death and his resurrection. The first group, always nice and tight. Always made up with James, Peter and John and Andrew. But he was never number one, even though he was the oldest, and he was always lesser to his brother John, less known than John.
Because what's interesting is that when in Scripture it says Jesus said to them, the two brothers, "Follow me and I will make you become fishers of men." Their father was well off. They were going to inherit this wealth, but they gave it up to follow him. Now, that's a very strong message as well, especially in the Roman world, which it was not then, but overlorded by, that in other words, wealth was God to some extent, and power and authority, and they said nope,
none of that. No, you're absolutely right.